Hey, what's up? Today I want to show you a beautiful and classic recipe for Greek Soutzoukakia. Greek Soutzoukakia are those oblong or oval-shaped little pillows of heaven. They're like meatballs, generally done in a tomato sauce. Absolutely fantastic, delicious, and actually fairly simple to make. They're not complicated at all. In today's dish, what I'm going to do is turn it into a one-pot meal by adding potatoes yiahni to this, which is those braised potatoes, again in the same tomato sauce with those same kind of flavors. It's going to be actually magnificent. So first things first, we're going to preheat our oven 450 degrees Fahrenheit or about 220 degrees Celsius. Get that off and going. We're going to go hot and heavy on this baby. We want our Soutzoukakia to bake first before we kind of finish them in the sauce. So, nothing like the present. 1.5 pounds of lean ground beef. That's what I use in about 95% of my recipes. And to this, we're actually going to start seasoning and building our flavor profile. So, to this, I'm going to use, this whole recipe calls for 3 onions basically, 2 of which are going to go in our Soutzoukakia or our meatballs. So to make some room, I'm just going to stick these in here and just let them go. Nice and easy. Perfect. We're making some room here. I'm going to add some coarse salt to this. I like using coarse kosher salt because I like the graininess it instills when I'm grinding stuff. I'm going to go fairly generous on my fresh cracked black pepper. This is a must. Absolutely a must. Perfect. I'm using my frozen mint bombs, which are from my garden last year. If you're using dried mint in this case, I would do 2 tablespoons of dried mint. This is a fairly generous dish with mint. Oh, and there's my oven. And it's also good to kind of have that background hum. I'm going to use 4 cloves of garlic in my meatball. So these meatballs are going to be like a punch in the face. And for that, we're just going to finish buzzing these up and they'll be ready in no time. Now at this point, to fix up the consistency of this, you can go in and add maybe a tablespoon or 2 of Greek extra virgin olive oil. It's going to kind of loosen it up and also add that extra flavor for us, which is actually very important. Boom, done. Nothing to this at all. So, get this, pour this in there, just like that. Oh my gosh, the way this smells, unbelievable. I'm going to take 2 eggs and I'm going to crack them in here. I'm using about 1.5 pounds of beef, so I think 2 eggs is going to be good for this. Now, before we actually go ahead and start mixing this completely, I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of cumin and add it in here. That is that distinct Soutzoukakia flavor that we all know and love. So just mix that around. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. So now we have like the flavors of the cumin, the mint, the onion, the garlic. These are going to be like little slaps in the mouth of flavor. Now notice for this, I'm also using my bare hands. A lot of people will use latex gloves. I guess that's fine. For me, as far as I'm concerned, latex gloves are like for prostate exams. They're not really meant for cooking. I like to feel my food. I like to get tactile with it. You know what I mean? And who doesn't like sticking their hand somewhere that's like kind of soft and moist and never mind. Here's the thing. Just continue mixing this until it's all done. And then we'll be ready to form our Soutzoukakia. Now, I'm going to take a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to start molding these. Now, when you form your Soutzoukakia, I like to go generous. That's just me. But you can form them to whatever size you like. It is totally fine. All right, this is my last Soutzoukakia here, going down. And as you can see, I went a little on the bigger side of the Soutzoukakia. That's fine. Big or small, we'll eat them all. So these are going to go into my 450-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. I don't want to cook them fully through, but I just want to cook them enough to get a little bit of a color on them and a little firmness. So now that our Soutzoukakia are in the oven, they're baking off, we're good to go on our sauce. We work together with this, kill two birds with one stone type of thing in terms of the timing. So for this, I'm going to be using a heavy Dutch oven because I'm going to start this dish off in here stovetop and I'm going to finish it in the oven. Very, very easy. So get that off and preheating. And what I'm going to do first is very simply chop an onion. You don't have to go crazy on this. You don't have to do kind of any like samurai skills, ninja. Just cut it as much as you can or chop it down as finely as you can. Our pan is heating up nicely, or our pot. I'm gonna throw in some Greek EVOO, our Greek extra virgin olive oil. And for this, I'm probably going to go generous. I'm probably going to do closer to about a quarter cup. Beautiful flavor, excellent, excellent to work with. I love Greek olive oil. I'm going to put it like behind my ear. It's so fantastic. So let me grab this here. Take this and just, perfect, just throw that in there. Boom, just like that. Nothing complicated at all. Now, let me just grab something here and just stir this around. And immediately, right when your onion hits the hot oil, that's the sizzle, baby. Get that off and going here. And you're going to notice sooner than later, your onion will become translucent. Now, the next part of this, 1 clove. One little itty bitty little clove is all it takes for this entire pot. It's going to give you a nice background flavor. Nothing too overpowering. At this stage of the game, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Ground cinnamon, again, quintessential in Greek sauces. Give that a little stir here, and this is already starting to smell. And again, I put my dry spices in at this stage. I want them to come out with their oils and intensify their flavor. So, in this again, a little bit of salt will go in there. A little bit of fresh cracked black pepper will go in there as well. At this stage of the game, you can spice it up a little bit. You can add some chili peppers. You can add some sriracha, whatever you like. Totally fine. Again, stirring, building our flavor base here, and it's absolutely amazing. 2 bay leaves. These are my own bay leaves. I have like a bunch of like wild bay leaf bushes, like laurel bushes, in my olive fields in Greece. Fantastic. So those will go in there just like that. I'm going to take a couple of cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to real quick just grate them up. You can chop these up, whatever you like, either or. It doesn't really matter. Give that nice and easy. So a couple of cloves go in there. And I love garlic. So we got like 6 cloves in this puppy. We got 4 that went into our Soutzoukakia, and then we have another 2 going into our sauce here. Perfect, just like that. All right, time now to add our crushed tomatoes. And for this, I'm doing 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Along with our 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes, I'm going to put in another 28 ounces of water. For this dish, I am using 2 pounds of potatoes. Typically, the brand I prefer or the kind I like are the what's on sale kind. I'm not that picky, whether they're white or they're You know, they're yellow or russet or Yukon Gold. Who cares? What's on sale? If they're a smaller potato, I'm just going to halve them. If they're a bigger potato, I'm going to cut it into quarters. In this case, they're not that big, so I'm just going to half my potatoes. Okay, so now my Soutzoukakia are ready. The oven just beeped. Oh, watch when you open your oven. All this heat. Wow. They're absolutely done. Well, done. As done as I want them to. Now, here's the thing. At this stage of the game, we were cooking these puppies off at 450. Drop the heat down to 400 because that's what we're going to bake off our pot in for the next hour. So, no time like the present. I'm going to take my Soutzoukakia and I'm going to start incorporating them into my meat sauce here. Now, my Soutzoukakia are in here. This love juice here is everything that's come out of the Soutzoukakia. This is all flavor, and I'm going to add every single drop of this in here. So now that my Soutzoukakia and everything is all in the pot and everybody's in the pool, there's only one thing left to do. That is take a little bit of my Greek dried oregano and slowly you're going to do maybe a teaspoon over this, just like that. That's all you're going to do. Less is more. I love this. You can take a little sprig, put this like between your pillowcase and your pillow. When you sleep at night, you have that like beautiful like oregano smell. Trust me, it works. So now I'm just going to put my lid on this, pop this into my 400-degree oven for 1 hour, and I'll see you back here then. Just out of the oven, about an hour. And whoo, this is what I'm talking about. After an hour, this is what it looks like. It is absolutely fantastic. Oh, gosh. Let me see here what is going on. Now, these are done to absolute perfection. Oh my gosh, my potatoes, they're like pillows of happiness. They're like, it's unbelievable. This is hot, but I have to try this. I can't tell you. The potato has absorbed all the flavors of my Soutzoukakia and the sauce. Everything is in there. The onions, the garlic, the cumin, the cinnamon, the clove. They are absolutely melt in your mouth. Oh my gosh. You know what's going to happen next after I try like the Soutzoukakia, right? Sweet Jesus. Sorry, I'm just like hearing the choirs of angels going off in my head. This is Greek Sunday dinner on a plate. Serve this up with some fresh crusty bread, a little feta cheese on the side, and you have got an exceptional meal, my friends. This is truly a meal that's meant to be shared. Have a beautiful bottle of wine. A nice Merlot would go really well with this. Or if you're like me, I'm a Guinness guy. I just love like a heavy stout beer. But anywho, that's what is for dinner tonight. Please, I invite you to try this and share this. This is fantastic. So, hope you liked this video. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe. Check me out online as well at kensgreektable.com. You're going to find a lot of interesting recipes and products on there. And you know what? even just to say hello. I love hearing from you. And until next time, I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.